it's just a hard sport. Wrestling is freaking tough. You're at times you're getting taken down, you're getting your head pushed into the mat, you're getting thrown on your back. Like that's not fun. So, you got to find creative ways to make it fun. And that's, I think, how you can get the most out of yourself. And as a coach, get the most out of your team. So Coach Kale obviously knows how to do that. And that's really cool that your coach picked up on it too, because, it's just a tough freaking sport, like to go through a whole season and deal with that. Like not many people want to do that. And that, that's part of what makes it great. But like, I think there's also something to be said for enjoying it and having fun.
The dodgeball does get competitive.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
It's good
But
times.
I guess we might as well just talk a little bit about it. I mean, the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, who I think in every spectator's opinion is the best wrestling club in the United States of America. And I think you could probably attest to that. I mean, I think if I was, a recruit and at that level, I mean, there would be no way you could say no to Penn State. I mean, you guys have loaded guys in that weight and that wrestling club up and down the weight classes. I think so. You being a part of that, what do you think you were able to kind of add now as kind of like a practice partner for some of these guys that are, still competing at the NCAA tournament? Like obviously, you had the Deans now, and then obviously Kirklevitt, who's gonna, try to get on the top of the podium this year. So how do you think you're helping those guys out, winning nationals?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely getting taken down a lot more. So that's new for me, a little different. For me, I'm not competing in wrestling anymore. So when I go in to train, I'm not really trying to like be a killer in there. I'm trying to get what I need, but also, help these young guys out, because it's just at this point kind of where I feel my place is with the club and how I can help. And I'll continue to do that for, until I'm done competing. I'll still be with the NLWC, still be helping the young guys out, training with them and stuff. But yeah, it's fun to kind of go into practice and not really worry about my performance so much. Obviously, some days I turn it up, and some days I'm like, all right, no more messing around. Like let's get after it a little bit. But for the most part, I'm there for them. I'm there to serve them and help them as much as I can. I train with a lot of those young guys: Carter, Aaron, Max, Greg, working with the young guys too. Alex Facundo, redshirted this past year. He's coming up. He's going to be a monster for us coming soon. And, even all the way through the bottom of the lineup with the small guys, Roman and Nickal. I love working with anybody and everybody on the team and in college. And if you're a recruit, that's exactly how I felt coming out of high school. I was like, oh man, I get to come here. I get to wrestle Matt Brown, David Taylor, Ed Ruth, Coach Kale, Coach Casey, Jake Varner, Morgan McIntosh. Like the list goes on. There's 20 other guys that I could name. And it's just like, there's no other place in the country, or in my opinion, the world, that's as good as what we have. I mean, I could continue to list names, guys that we have now: Thomas Gilman, Kyle Snyder, just continues to get better and better, the club. And yeah, I mean, we're going to be here for a long time. So, I don't see any other club that retains guys as well as we do, not only keeping guys together, but also, people want to come here. I'd mentioned Thomas and Kyle, the Mr. Iowa guy and the Mr. Ohio State guy. They're training at Penn State now because, we have the best environment in the world. And, another guy, Josh Rodriguez, California guy, wrestled at North Dakota State. And now he's out here with us, just got second in the US Open at 61 kilos this past weekend. So, we just produce, and that's the bottom line. But yeah, it's fun.
And then I think obviously you're missing something, Mr. US Open champ, Jason Nolf,
Yeah, of course,
that man, he's also still there. So, I mean, just to think about, guys like that. And then, Rutherford's there as well. I mean, just those classic guys, and you mentioned David Taylor. Whenever we talk about, to guys your age and maybe a little bit year or two younger than you, we always hear David Taylor's name. Who was your top three favorite wrestlers? One of them always is David Taylor, from everybody, from no matter what the weight. But I'm starting to think now, like if you asked guys, our age, as me and him, we're a little bit younger than you guys. I think if you asked us, it would have to be, you, Nolf, Rutherford, like those guys were the guys we kind of grew up watching. And I'm sure you kind of grew up watching David Taylor. So what's it like with, for you being able to kind of train from him and, now kind of learn from him in the life aspect of things now?
Yeah, for sure. It's a great opportunity. I feel like, for me, I try to learn as much as I can from all these guys that are older than me and who went before me. And there's just so much experience and so many um, situations that they've been in that are similar to me. And so I'm just super grateful to have guys in my life like that and guys that I could learn from. And yeah, like you said, now it's kind of a cool position to be able to give back too, because there were so many guys that gave back to me, poured into me, tried to help me out. And now I get to do that for the younger guys. And, hopefully that just cycle continues where they'll be able to do that for the next group. And we'll just keep that train going. And yeah, keep making us better. And for me, I just always hope that the generation, like I know the generation before me probably had it a little worse, and I hope the generation after me just has it better than me, and that we can continue to build that. I think like there's a saying that goes like, we stand on shoulders of giants. It's like we nobody got here by themselves. We all learned from people. We all had great leaders and mentors, and anybody that does great things had somebody great before them that taught them. So for me, like I just hope that those guys that are younger than me continue to do better and even outpace what I've done or what anybody else has done, and just continue to improve.